Since the rest of college football has heard that USC and Notre Dame are renewing their rivalry 2030, week 1 at the Coliseum, we also learned that Indiana wanted to cancel its home-and-home series with Notre Dame that also begins in 2030. Let's talk about how most college football fans feel about this and how I'm quite certain Indiana fans feel about this after the bumper. What's up, folks? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year-round. If you're into that, join the more than 218,000 subscribers to Adapt and Respond, a college football podcast. You can catch the shows at 11 p.m. Central Standard Time, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and, of course, Saturday night following the big game of the week. This episode, I want to talk a little bit about Indiana. I want to talk a little bit about Indiana's non-conference schedule and why so many people are really starting to call it out, but also what I'm sure many Indiana fans feel about this topic. So start with this. Notre Dame, USC called off their series in large part because SC wanted to play this game week 1. They wanted to get this one out the way. They wanted to set up for what they think is a run to the college football playoff through the Big Ten. The Big Ten is a really difficult conference to play through. It is more difficult than Notre Dame playing through its half-ass ACC schedule and whoever the hell else wants to sign up for the paycheck, okay? That aside, Notre Dame is loaded for bear. And if you don't know where that term comes from, it's because you don't get to take a pistol or a rifle to go hunt bear. You got to bring a big old gun. You got to bring back one of them knockdown guns, one of them Riley Freeman type jams. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't get the Riley Freeman reference, it ain't for you. Don't dig on this. Don't dig deep on this one. This one ain't for you. That one's a little bit over your head. It's a little bit over your pay grade, but we're going to bring it back to you. I promise. So what we're looking at now is SC Notre Dame going 4 years from now. Why? Well, I think because the college football playoff is going to extend to 24 teams by then, which means that it's going to be easier for both of those programs to make the college football playoff. Notre Dame, who was really pissing and moaning last year about not being selected for the 12-team tourney, and might have been able to make a deep run. They certainly did the year before. They played in the national championship game. But that wasn't your turn, homie. And you know what? Beat A&M. Works, right? Beat A&M. I think you make the college football playoff. But there's also this part of it where they're playing a difficult schedule, or non-conference opponent, I should say. Like, say, Texas playing Ohio State. Steve Sarkisian very loud about it. If we didn't play Ohio State last year, we'd have made the college football playoff. No, homie, you got it twisted. If you ain't lose to 3-9 Florida, you'd have made the college football playoff. That's how that go, okay? On the flip side, though, you got an Indiana who is scheduling, it's fair to say, cupcakes for the first 3 weeks of this season and for the next 6 seasons, so it seems, now that Notre Dame is no longer on the schedule. Now, college football fans would really love to see Notre Dame on the schedule for Indiana because, well, that would be a rematch against the last team that beat Indiana in the state of Indiana. Good vibes, right? Cignetti versus Marcus Freeman. We think, predicting what both of those programs might look like in 3 years is going to be fun. 4 years is going to be fun. So why is it that we're not getting that? Well, it's because Indiana don't want to play it because they played 9 conference games in the Big Ten, and that's served them. They made the college football playoff with a soft non-conference schedule. They won the national championship with a soft non-conference schedule. And if you look at the last 3 national champions, aside from them all coming from the Big Ten, the only thing they have in common is none of them played an A4 opponent in the non-conference, Power 4 opponent. So they didn't have to risk winning or losing it, right? But they also probably stayed a little bit more fresh through the rest of the regular season and into the postseason. Okay, competitive advantage, we might think. And Cignetti seemed to have figured out some competitive advantages that others have not. We'll see if he can continue to capitalize on those in 2026. I really want to get at this. I want to talk about what it is that Indiana fans are thinking, using a noggin, using a roll safe, when we come at them like this. But I'll start with this. The SEC played 8 conference games, and most of them played a marquee opponent in the non-conference, right? But they would not move to 9 conference games because they believe that would put them at a competitive disadvantage, and they think that their 8 non-conference games, are much more difficult to play through than your 9 conference games anywhere else. That is the SEC for you, right? Whose idea for fixing the NCAA is to secede from it. Some things never change. The South wanting to secede to fix a problem. Okay. But we've also got the SEC moving to 9 conference games, and many of them are going to keep their marquee non-conference game matchups. Like Ohio State is going to Texas this year. Texas got to play through the SEC, to which I will say, don't worry about whether or not you beat Ohio State. I mean, worry about it, but don't worry about that being the thing that makes or breaks you getting the playoff, because if you go through your conference slate undefeated, guess what? You're probably going to get an invitation to the college football playoff. That's how that's going to work. Same thing is true in the Big Ten. However, let us go through Indiana's FBS schedule and then talk about how Indiana fans feel about us talking about their non-conference schedule after we talk about our sponsor for this episode, Kalshi. Kalshi is a prediction market. And before the season even kicks off, everyone's making predictions. Who wins the national championship? Who makes the college football playoff? Who's lifting the national championship trophy at season's end? On Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform, you can trade those predictions in a live market. Like a question you can answer yes or no to. Will the Bloomington Monstars qualify for the national championship game and win it this year? Right now, Sig Smoking 'em is trading at 9% on the college football college football national championship market, right? Meaning a $100 trade is going to pay out $1,044 if they win the national championship, and you went ahead and bought that trade right now for pittance. I believe it's trading right now at 9 cents. For those of you that are thinking about this, Georgia is trading at the same number, 9%, right? Got this thing in 9 cents. You can make $1,044 on a $100 trade if you go with the college football national championship winner market over there at Kalshi. And I made it really easy for you. They made it really easy for you to do that. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position, trade that position, right? And more on Kalshi for a limited time. Download the app. This is very important. This helps the show, right? You want to help the show? Download the app. Use code RJ. Deposit $25. You get $500 in bonus credits when you do. So they are asking you to deposit $25 of your own money. They're going to give you $500 back in Kalshi dollars to go and trade, not just on the college football national championship market, but any market that you would like to. KALSHI, Kalshi. Trade on anything. 18 plus. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Kalshi products are not available in all jurisdictions. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory. On the one side, I have Indiana's cupcake schedule, and on the other side, I have Indiana fans. So let's go through the cupcake schedule right quick. 2026, North Texas, Howard, and Western Kentucky. If it was North Texas last year, that might be a damn good game. But since Eric Morris took everybody in Denton, loaded them into the U-Haul, and took them north Stillwater, Neil Brown might get his head handed to him by them Hoosiers. Howard, a private HBCU in D.C. I feel some kind of way about Howard. Western Kentucky, the Hilltoppers. Sorry, that's an L. 2027, what's it look like? Kennesaw State, Indiana State, UMass. Ugh. 2028, what's it look like? Austin P, Directional Michigan, Eastern this time, Miami of Ohio. Ugh. 2029, Ball State, ugh. Directional Illinois, Eastern once again. And hey, look there, WKU again. And then 2030, Indiana State and Delaware. Oh, okay, there's an FBS opponent that may or may not still be on the schedule when they get there. And 2032 at UConn. So that is 6 years of not playing anybody in the non-conference. Many people feel some kind of way about that. To which I'm willing to tell you, this is how an Indiana fan feels about your feelings about their non-conference schedule. They want to put you on some free games. So I'm going to put you on some free game. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put you on some free game. Free game. Places you can live for free. Places you can stay for free. Out my business. Out my way. Out my face. Okay? Rent free. You can stay there. Doses.